Let's move on to the final game on the Friday card, Dolphins at Buccaneers. Buccaneers opened at -3.5. It stayed. Total opened at 41.5. Now 43.5s everywhere, but a 43 still hanging at 5 dimes. Rosen, and when you see your starting quarterback, who we assume is going to, I mean, I just don't see them going with Fitzmagic here, but when you see your starting quarterback out there grinding away, grinding for 191 yards, 3 scoring drives in the week 1 of preseason, man, these Dolphins are going to be terrible. They win their exhibition opener Thursday against the Falcons. Falcons. Fuck, their little Falcons. God, okay, 34-27. But just seeing Rosen having to grind out there, 13 for 20, 1 pick, played half the game. It's week 1 of the preseason. The Bucs lost 30-28 to the Steelers. Winston went out there with the first-team offense. Touchdown, his only offensive series. 5-4-6, 40 yards. 9-yard touchdown pass to Godwin. And the one incompletion was a deep shot from midfield. I wonder, now Ryan Griffin came in and tried to break passing records in week 1 of the preseason, which was just a sign of how bad the Dolphins are going to be. But I'm starting to think that it's possible that after everything we've gone through with Jameis Winston, that maybe he understands about maturity a little more now. And maybe he needs to step up in a way. Now, anybody who watched the clip of him, eating his hands while he talks about eating W's, maybe won't want to bet on him ever again for history, because they'll just think of this guy with his hands in his mouth. I get it. But I thought that was an impressive performance in week 1. And he is at the age where if there are enough people around him, good people, and Bruce Arians is a good guy who I believe in very much, it's possible for him to take that next step because he has the talent. And I thought that was a nice performance week 1. Here we are, Donnie, Dolphins at Buccaneers.
Yeah, instead of looking at a side in this one, which I'm taking a look around there, 3.5's probably across the board here. I'm looking more at the over in this game, Jimmy, because if we take a look at the first games, Miami showed well and so did Tampa Bay. But forget about, the performances of what they're doing on defense or how the offensive line is performing. Again, we're going to get back to the quarterback situation. When you look at Tampa Bay, you have a couple of NFL guys that are going to be rolling through in the first quarter, second quarter, third and fourth quarter. The same thing vice versa. You finally have what we were talking about with the Washington Redskins, where you wanted to see a quarterback competition. There is a legitimate one. Fitzpatrick didn't get that much play last week. That's going to increase a little bit more. They're going to want to get an extended look at Josh Rosen. And Rudock came in last week and played extremely well and actually picked up the victory for the Miami Dolphins late in that game. Line goes from 41.5, 41 up to 43.5. I think we're going to get points in this game. I think you're going to get some really good swings at the plate with some decent quarterback play against two teams that look like they're humming a little bit on offense. Give me the over 43.5.
The over makes so much sense after watching week 1 of both these teams. The over just really, really makes sense at this point. I can understand the market move going up. I could also understand backing the fish here, week 2, getting the 3.5 points. That seems like a nice spot to me. Whale Capper, Dolphins, Bucks.
Yeah, strong agree on the over on this one. And it was both coaches' kind of philosophy in terms of using every bit of the clock to run offense. Like both these coaches were kind of zeroed in on getting as many reps as possible for their offensive units. I wouldn't expect that to change at all. I think this is a pretty up-tempo game for a preseason game. And a little bit of in-state rivalry, a little bit of, up the Florida Turnpike bad blood here. I think this is a competitive game. I think this goes back and forth. And, I'm with you guys. Give me some over here.
The over makes a ton of sense. I think that line's going to keep climbing. I think it's time to get on that as soon as possible.